How's it guys, Munash here, and today we have the 8th war of season 31. And I thought I was gonna make war 3 and war 5, 6 and 7 before this, but this one was rather interesting, and at very least it is a bit more relevant since this is the most recent war at the time I'm recording this. So this was our war against KenOB, and it was MSD's first war in DSVG. He took part 5 today. He already uploaded all these fights and he crushed it, I must say. It was quite nice having him in the team, especially with that rank 4 Park being so dominant. But anyway, today I took part 6, and first we have a Tigra with aggression, prowess and power focus 2. So I'm going to use Guardian for this since it's a pretty simple fight with him, not much to worry about. I did get clipped pretty early in the fight where I was ever so slightly late on the intercept, but didn't take much damage, and I am using an advanced power boost to get through these fights a bit quicker. So with Guardian, you know, the usual special 1 and then special 2 rotation should do it. I'm just baiting special 1s because it's a lot easier to dex compared to the special 2, although I can't fully dex that. Just playing it safe, building up to 2 bars of power, and then I don't have to worry about baiting a special 2 because of power focus 2, she won't gain much power now. And yeah, special 2 does more than enough damage to take her out. I like how I use Guardian for Tigra, and then I use Tigra for Guardian in war. So next up we have a pretty classic No 23 fight, which is Nova with aggression, prowess, power focus 1 and Mixmaster. So I brought Sorcerer just for this fight since she is a very simple and safe counter for it. I've taken it a couple of times before with and without boost, and it always goes pretty much exactly the same, as in a very comfortable solo where I can just drop some nice big special 2s and gain a lot of power with dispersion. Here I had the advanced power boost active, so I got to throw a special 1 to pretty much cancel out Mixmaster with the slow debuff. And power focus 1 kind of makes Nova easier since the special 1 is the easier one to dex. I mean, they both pretty straightforward, but at least he's less likely to get to 3 bars of power. So yeah, pretty straightforward fight, and I had some rather juicy special 2s today. So now moving on to section 2, we have another classic fight. Ebony with crumbling armor, force of will, kinetic transference and Footloose. So this might just be the fight I've done the most this season, or at least the fight I've done the most over the past 2 months, because I've been doing it a lot during off season as well. Very popular placement. I still hear of people dying to this fight using different counters like Doom. He does work for it, but if you have bad luck or bad AI behavior, then the fight can go south. I also see alliances that do boss rushes or clear pretty much every other part of the map, and then doing this one last because once high ground is down you can quake it as well. But fortunately we have a Tigra player in the group now, so I just use rank 3 Tigra, and it always goes pretty well. I don't think this fight has ever taken more than 50 seconds. Even when I don't get the best AI behavior and my charges fall off because my Tigra are still pretty low seg, she still takes care of him pretty quickly. So usually when I see Ebony on this placement, I know that I'm probably gonna bring Tigra and take one of the middle parts. So yeah, not too bad. And now moving on to part 6 section 2, applying some big boy boosts. I also took a Nimrod boss a few hours after this, so I decided to use a 6-hour champion boost. So now we have Storm Pyramid X, or as we like to call her, Stripper Storm with Prowess build up Unblockable, superior specials and return policy. So I was considering using Tigra for this fight as well since she has a pretty good Storm X counter. You just bait special 1, dodge the first hit and then let the other 3 miss, and then you can actually heavy punish with a few light attacks in between. Actually, I think you just need 1 light attack if you space it right. Then at least the last hit of the heavy will connect, and then, you know, rinse and repeat, both special 2, and yeah, pretty straightforward. But I still went with Guardian because I have a lot more experience using him for this fight, and he just feels a bit safer. Like if I were to get hit with him, I'd have a much better chance of surviving compared to using Tigra. I can also block her unblockable specials, although I'm not going to even try to do that. The only thing is, because she glances and has a bit of energy resistance, I am going to use 2 special 1s for this fight. And I prefer using 1 special 2 per fight so I don't have to lose the armor buff. So that one did a lot more damage than it needed to, and now we're going to move on to Wasp with Prowess build up Unblockable, passively special and hard knock life. So pretty similar to the previous fight, except this one you want to avoid parrying ideally, just to avoid the disorient, and since it is Wasp, you do want to bait a heavy attack anyway to get your opening so she doesn't evade. And usually you can safely drop 2 combos before the timer expires unless she's high sig. So that pushes her to 1 bar of power, then you can bait a special 1 and safely punish once again. And for this fight I just need 1 special 1 and then a special 2. And that special 2 with just 4 charges still does way more than enough damage. So yeah, pretty simple 30-second fight, and now we're gonna have some mini boss action for Tigra. And today we have a Node 50 Guardian, so he has Recovery, Safeguard, Indomitable, and Vigorous Assault. The only thing that really matters here is Safeguard, but Tigra's a pretty good counter for that with all the red numbers she deals. So I did not have the best start to this fight because my charges fell off while I was trying to bait a special 1, and I could have thrown a special 2 before they expired, so I decided to be patient and play it safe because I haven't really practiced the special 2. So I'm just going to be baiting special 1 because that one is very easy to heavy punish with Tigra. So I shouldn't have dropped those hits after parrying. I should have just dashed back and then dropped the special 2 and then bait special 1. But that's hindsight for you, so now my charges are gonna fall off, which is fine. Just carry on with the fight as normal. Throw the special 2 without them and then carry on baiting special 1. I am gonna throw 2 special 1s to get my charges back, and then the fight will go a lot faster. So as long as you can Dex Guardian special 1 pretty consistently, there's nothing too special or tricky about this fight. One other thing I could have done to optimize is throw a light attack before the last hit of the special 1, or just time that second dash back a little bit better, so I'll be closer to him by the time he drops that last hit. Since it is a projectile or non-contact hit, it will miss. So now I'm gonna get my Huntress sense back, and something a bit weird happened here where I held block on the special 1, and somehow one of the hits still ended up missing. I don't know how, I don't know if it's a bug or a glitch or whatever, but I thought that was a bit peculiar. So now we are finishing off this fight, just a few heavy attacks and then a nice special 2. And yeah, that's the reverse matchup of the first fight of this war. Alright, now last but not least we have the Nimrod boss. First time fighting him on the boss node. In fact, I only fought him for the very first time in war, in the previous war where he was the brute force mini boss. Turns out he's just another champ that Tigra destroys, so I was looking forward to this boss fight. This was also our last fight of the war. KenOB still had a couple more left, and we were 6-4 up at this stage, so I just had to not die more than once to secure our victory. But I still boosted fairly hard for good measure, and I had all the pre-fights from Mr. F and Wags. We managed to plan efficiently enough that we didn't need a backup or double up on a path, so Emperor Penguin ended up joining war with Mr. F, White Magneto, and Odin. Like, he was literally the pre-fight guy. And we didn't need the pre-fights at all, they were just a luxury to be honest, but I mean, what else are you gonna do? So again, I had a slow fight here because, you know, passive AI. My charges fell off pretty quickly, and this time I used a special 3 rotation to get them back. Probably not the best rotation for fight time or just efficiency in general, but I just felt like doing something different and I can get a nice thumbnail out of it in all honesty. And he did take his sweet time to throw some of those special 1s, like you're gonna watch us go back and forth a few times here. One nice thing about facing Nimrod is his heavy attack does have some seriously slow recovery time. And once again I am sticking to just baiting special 1s since that is the easiest and safest to punish. You just dodge the first part, and then after that third punch, you wanna dash in and then drop the heavy so the projectile will miss. The dash in is just for getting close enough to heavy punish. Alright, special 3 times, so now we gotta watch Tigra do Tigra things, utilize the darkness to her advantage and her claws to rip out his circuits. Yeah, I don't know, I don't really have any creative commentary for this. But now we are pretty much in the driver's seat of the fight now. We've got our long duration charges up, so we should be doing more damage, getting more power. Hopefully he does throw the special 1s a little bit faster now. And just keep on punishing them, and you can see even though he's power draining us, we're getting back to 2 bars pretty quickly. The only somewhat annoying thing is the special lock as well, because you can't throw your special 2 as soon as you want to. So sometimes you don't want to play too aggressively because you can easily push yourself to a special 3, and that just wastes more time because the special 2 is the real moneymaker when it comes to damage. And those Mr. F pre-fights, I mean the Debuff Siphoner one helped my Rupture damage, and then the other ones were more for power control, or just let him throw less special attacks during the fight. So I could throw more heavy attacks in between specials, and I'm not even sure that helped because you do get a bit more power when you cause those projectiles to miss. So a pretty fun boss fight with Tigra, finished with a full yellow bar, and that will conclude today's war. I'm really proud of the fellas. I remember we had 2 pretty early deaths like before we were into section 2, but we managed to tighten things up and finished with 6 defensive kills to 4. So that's going to be it for this one. Hope you guys found this interesting, and as always, thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you soon.